morning to you. So good to have you with us on this Thursday, August 15th, 2024. Morning, Barbados. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until 8 o'clock this morning. We have a great presentation for you today. We're going to continue to share with you about what's coming up this weekend for the Carifta meet that will be right here in Barbados. Some of the athletes will be passing through as well as we continue to celebrate them and get ready for that meet for the triathletes and the aquathletes later over the weekend. We're encouraging you to come on down to the Mighty Griner Highway to be a part of that. So make sure you look out for what will be happening with the athletes. Also, we're going to take in a little bit of what was happening through our social media buzz. We're going to look out and about and share with you, for those of you who missed it. I know there are some people who are not so gung-ho about social media, so we're going to make sure that we share with you what's happening online. Of course, we know Rihanna was here in Barbados the first time since 2019 for Cropover, so we want to share a little bit with that with you as well. Today is also Q Day, so we want to make sure that you hear what's happening with Q in the community right here on Morning Barbados. And we'll be speaking to a few good folks from the Church of God about an annual event that they have coming up. But we wanted to start this morning by telling you more about the Mr. Executive Interschool Business and Gentleman's Challenge. And for this reason, we have Mr. Winston Cumberbatch, founder and coordinator of the challenge, online with us, along with two young men who are finalists in the competition. We had a chance to meet the first two earlier this week. Now we have Mr. Applewhite and Mr. Blades joining Mr. Cumberbatch. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Good morning, teacher.
Hello, good morning.
Wonderful to have all of you with us.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Cumberbatch, for some people who haven't heard about the competition before, can you just see it for us and let us know what's the purpose of the competition?
All right, well, the purpose of the competition certainly is to encourage our young males to achieve beyond what people's expectations are. As you know, many young people today, especially males, are kind of brushed with this kind of idea of not being able to achieve, and generally people who prefer to go on the block and all that. But this is a chance for them to show their abilities in the area of entrepreneurship, gentleman graces, and it has been achieving that since it started in 2017. It is our fourth year, and we're looking forward to great things from these boys as they go on. I'll give you a little bit more details.
Absolutely. We want a few more details now, though, Mr. Cumberbatch.
Okay.
How has it been for you being able to move it from a competition that you started at the St. Leonard's School to the place now where you have it as an inter-school competition? What was the transition like?
Well, in 2022, when we had our second edition, the chief education officer who was there sort of thought that this is something that should go into all the schools. So we had in 2023 a pilot of 5 schools, and from there we mushroomed into 11 schools. And one of the reasons for that is because there are several entities, both government, ministries, and the private sector, had invested a lot into it, to the point that we have over 35 in total sponsors, 4 of them being government, being ministries. And that would have enabled us to really broaden our horizons. And now it is growing. It's an annual event now. I don't know when it will ever stop from being so, now that it's gotten off the ground.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I'm going to do things a little differently this morning. We have with us young Mr. Applewhite and Mr. Blades. I want you to introduce them, because these young men are presenting themselves as business leaders for the future, and I know that is a part of the presentation they have to do. So introduce the two young men to us this morning.
Okay. All right. So first up, we have Raquelme Applewhite from the Lodge School. And the second year that they have been involved in the challenge. And so we'll hear Raquelme now.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Great. I,
Introduce myself. Well, I introduced myself, right?
Yes, you are.
Oh, all right, good. Well, my name is Rakelmi. Upway, as Mr. Kamabach has said, I am a 17-year-old graphic designer, and I like anything art related. Um, what else about me? I would say I'm a easygoing person. Some may consider me funny. I don't say it, but yeah, that's basically it.
Why did you decide to enter the challenge?
Um, well, to be quite fair, it was basically me telling myself last year that I wanted to take more risks this year just to help further myself inside of the business field and the business aspects of things. So I saw the challenge and I was like, this got to be a scam because all of the prizes and stuff were advertised. So it's like got to be some type of backstory behind it. But my mom had told me she's the one that who really motivated me to join it because you know I am like anything business related. So she told me that I have way more to gain than to lose, and I really sit down and studied that statement that she made, and I was like, I definitely have to see what it's about, and either ways, it will be some type of learning from it or some type of experience gain, and I really am grateful that I took the risk.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's interesting that you see this as a high risk thing to be a part of, but I can understand why. All right, Mr. Kambabach, time to introduce Mr. Blades.
and so we have now Javier Blades coming from the Allen School. And by the way, Javier will tell you that they intend to take it back to the school because the current Mr. Executive is also from Allen School. He's the one who won last year. So let's hear you, Javier.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Javier, as Mr. Kamaba said. I'm 16. I'm from the Ali School, as mentioned. Um, like Rakelmi had mentioned, I'm also an outgoing person. I like to have fun and, not be down. I joined the Mr. Executive Challenge. When I first heard about it, I just thought it would have been a nice, extracurricular activity to get into. But when I really looked into it and had more information on it, I saw it as, a good opportunity to get into the world of entrepreneurship and business. And as Mr. Kamarach had stated earlier, I do plan to take it back to Ali.
That's good stuff. Now, Mr. Kambabach, I know that a big part of the competition is the project they have to do within their communities. Set that up for us. How important is it for young men in this competition to understand the importance of giving back to their communities? And for that reason, why did you decide to make this a part of the competition?
Yeah, and this was introduced in the 2023 last year's challenge, which is the Community Leadership Project. And it encourages students to um, be creative in their thinking and to want to give back in a positive way to our community. And at the same time demonstrate leadership because that is how we want to visualize them as young executives. So each of them had to come up with an idea that they could do within their community, and the projects have been quite interesting. They could have involved students from the school at the committee and capture that on video, do a report. By the way, this is being facilitated by the Ministry of Youth Sport and Community Empowerment, and they are also the judges. So the projects were quite exciting, and I think it has helped them to develop themselves beyond the academics.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Mr. Applewhite. Tell me about your project.
So my project, as I had stated earlier, I like anything graphic designer related, so and art related. So I wanted to do something to help children, for a matter of fact. So I had sit down and I had talk about like who right now would be a great impact to me and my project and the class for children that are transitioning into secondary school. So I did a sip and play experience for them, and I brought in mental health persons to come and speak to them about how they could transition into secondary school daunting that they may not have the friends, that they may not have the teachers there to support them. So I just wanted to give them tips and pointers on how they could transition into the new the new environment in a whole. And it was really heartwarming to get the feedback and hear their talks about it. It really pushed me to look at the community in a whole to realize that, saying it takes a village to raise a child is more than just a saying. And it really pushed me to be like, I really want to be a part of this village. And it was very heartwarming for me. But yeah, that was the project. It was very fun, very interactive, and very informative.
It certainly sounds that way. What are some of these comments that these young people gave you about the project that warmed your heart in that way?
Well, Um, first of all, the painting itself, because I know everybody may not be artistic, but it's easy to put paint on a canvas. It's easy to put paintbrush to paper. So the seeing the paintings firstly like warmed my heart to see everybody artistic side and see everybody point of view of different things. Another thing, it was when every time we come back next week, I was like, I laughed because it was so much trouble trying to put together the whole project because it's my first thing actually planning something. So it was kind of troubling. I was like, I hope I could, but I'm not too sure if I could. But those things really showed me that I actually did a good job, and I really hope that the message went through to them. And I know for some of them it actually did. So yeah, those two things really, really stuck with me the most
All right,
about the
that's good
project.
stuff. Congratulations. Mr. Blades, what about you? Tell me about your community project.
Well, with the advancement of technology and the world nowadays, it seems that the seniors are kind of left behind. So, project was kind of a little token of appreciation and give back to them. So, I decided to repaint the recreational area of a senior home. So, he decided to repaint the recreational area of a senior home.
All right, and what was the feedback like for you from the community on that particular project?
Well, see, all positive. From the beginning, when I initially brought up the idea, they were all on board. And when the project was all carried out, they were all extremely thankful because they really liked how the colors went back. Additionally to the painting, we added in a few more decorative items into the home. So they really said they liked how it really looked.
Oh, that's beautiful. Mr. Cumberbatch, give us all the details. What do we need to
Mhm.
do to be able to come out and support these young men for this awesome initiative?
Right, great. Right, first, I want to encourage persons who may not have an idea as to the Mr. Incentive Challenge. Some people are accustomed to pageant, but did not just a pageant, did more than a pageant. All right. If they want to get a good taste of what it's going to be like, I encourage them to tune in to CBC at 8:30 starting Saturday for a series of the 2023 challenge starting Saturday. That gives a good idea as to what to expect. But at the finals, though, these students will be doing a job interview on stage. They'll be doing a CEO business pitch, thinking of a project to improve a business as a CEO and speaking to it as if the audience were their employees. They also have to model business wear and take a lady to a date. Yes, the stage is set up like a restaurant, real food, real waiters, and they must demonstrate chivalry and how to handle a setting like that. All that is before the crowd of the judges. And people can get tickets at the CS Pharmacy, Broad Street, Shorepay, Wanacard Plaza, Empower's Clay Mall, and ticketlinks.com. Tickets are $40. Children 11 and under is pay $15 at the door, and persons can also pay at the door. Now, we have a special prize going though for students at the secondary schools. It's a student support prize. So we encourage the students to register at mrexecutivechallenge.com. They get to pay $20, and the school with the most students above 25 wins $500. And one student from that school is drawn for an electronic prize. All right, so this to encourage the students from the various schools, the 5 schools involved, to get involved And one other thing I'd like to tell you is that there's a special also for the new first farmers from those five schools. Once accompanied by a parent or an adult, they get in free, and we're encouraging them to just bring something to show that they're enrolled in the school. This is to encourage support from the schools for this important event.
That's beautiful. It's wonderful that you're doing this kind of work for these young men. And I saw them smugly smiling when you were talking about the various categories. What are you looking forward to most, Mr. Applewhite, for the competition in terms of the areas? I know you've stressed how important anything relating to business and the arts is to you. So which segment do you think you will shine best at?
To be quite fair, well, I can leave everything to the night to see, but I definitely more so excited for the business pitch. Definitely the business pitch for me.
All right. What about you, Mr. Blades?
One of my strong would definitely say is public in a sense. So for sure the ops pit and also the business the type.
Oh boy, we lost the connection with you for a moment there. Mr. Cumberbatch, I know that you've had a lot of support. We ourselves have had quite a few meetings over the last
Yes.
few months in terms of getting information out there about the project and making the best of what's happening. The feedback that I have been getting, though, is people are questioning why just five for the finals, and they want to know if in future you might increase the number of young men who make it onto the finals from five.
Well, we're talking about time. Remember, there's a pageant in a sense, right? So each of those five young men have to go through these segments. We are, and it normally takes us about 2.5 hours or so, sometimes close to three. So we can't visualize. In fact, the first year we did it in 2017, we actually had 8 students, and we discovered that it took up too much time. So we tried the five from the second year, and that worked perfectly. But we bear in mind though, there are many students who get involved from earlier, which we have, as I said last time, we have 11 schools this year, 41 students registered, and they all were involved in the early stages, the business development aspects and other things. So they've gained a whole lot. And then we are now down to the five final schools. I don't know how we can get a situation where we can have more than five in the finals, but five has been working quite well. Um, Maybe we can look at it some other way and maybe have 2 sessions, but it is really engaging to have five, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these five are going to come true.
Now we know that partnerships like this work well on the night, but also what happens after is very, very important. I know you have some mentors on board as well, but what about the prizes and how the guys will be taken care of even after the pageant?
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. This is why Raquel me thought it was a scam, because the prizes are quite exciting. All right, we have over 30 sponsors. CBC is our platinum sponsor, and we have the National Peace Program, and then there's many other private sectors. So they've all put together a wonderful package of prizes. For example, um, the the winner, it's the winner himself. Well, I'll put it like this: in total, Mr. Executive can walk away with $3,000. That gives you an idea. And of course, each one after that gets a certain amount of money. And this is because it is a combination of prizes. Um, the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Community Empowerment, they're going to be giving to each of those students, okay, $1,000 for their projects. Sorry, $500 for their projects. And the top project gets $500. The students also have had a mentorship program at one of our sponsors with Bisco, and they are also getting a $1,000 scholarship as well. Now, in addition to that, there's several other prizes, electronic devices, trophies, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of things in there. And by the way, the guys are also getting a wonderful gift basket for young people. So they're getting a lot of stuff coming out of this program, but more importantly, they're getting to learn and to develop themselves to become great entrepreneurs and great citizens of Barbados. And that is where we want individuals to come and support them on the 25th of August at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center at 6 o'clock. That is where the finals will be held.
All right, Mr. Blades, an opportunity for you to reach out to your fellow students and encourage them to come out and represent for you, as well as old scholars as well.
Well, to strong as Rat said, 5th of August, LSE, 6 p.m. We took home the title last year, and I plan to do it again. Everyone come out and support.
All right, so there you have it. He's throwing down the gauntlet from the Allen School. He said they took it home last year, and they're set to take it home again this year. What say you, Mr. Applewhite?
Well, we'll see. Actions speak louder than words. I would like all of my large people to come out and support. Really and truly, it would be greatly appreciated. And the common mirrors, there's no common mirrors in top 5, so you could come and support the lodge. So come and support me, the lodge person. So definitely, all the Griffins and all the lodge old scholars come and support.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's been wonderful speaking with these young men, Mr. Cumberbatch, and this is a fantastic initiative. We're more than pleased to be able to highlight the positive things that are being done by these young men and a whole lot of other young people. We usually salute young people in a special segment dedicated to them on Morning Barbados. So in the words of Mr. Applewhite, it warms my heart. That's his favorite line, to see them doing so well. Final word for you, Mr. Cumberbatch.
Well, my final word is this. If we are all concerned about the state that our society is going in as it relates to our young people, it's time to put action to that. We want to highlight positive things in our community. And young men, these young men need your support. I want to encourage Barbados. That is why we are LESC. There's room. We want you to make it a date to be here to support. And first, tune in. As I said again, tune in on CBC TV 8 at 8:30, starting from this Saturday, to see a four-part series of the 2023 challenge. When you see that, you will rush to get tickets. So let's come together, support these young people, and help to make Barbados a better place.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you guys already. You're already winners. The top 5 from how many did you start with, Mr. Cumberbatch?
11 schools.
All right, from 11 schools. We're now down to these 5 schools represented, and we look forward to all that they will offer in the various categories. Wonderful speaking with you online, but it would have been better to have you in studio. So next time, make sure you show up with the winner. Okay, Mr. Cumberbatch?
Yeah, actually, before that, I think we have a schedule coming up. I think the week before, we are all 5 will be in studio giving their last punch. All right. And then after that, we're going to have another session with the 3 winners.
Good stuff.
So
I look
more to
forward to
come.
that. All right.
Great.
So, Mr. Executive Interschool Business and Gentlemen's Challenge 2024. Make sure you get your tickets. And like Mr. Cumberbatch mentioned, we're going to be showing the lead up to here on CBC TV 8. So listen out for exactly when you can tune in to find out more about how the young men have been preparing and get a sneak peek of how the ones from last year also prepped for the show. So make sure you check it out. The Mr. Executive Interschool Business and Gentlemen's Challenge 2024. I most certainly know which particular area I look forward to seeing performance in most, and I'm sure you will as well. So make sure you get your tickets and support it. It's time for a break here on Morning Barbados. When we come back, we're telling you about an annual event put on by the Church of God. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV 8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 26 minutes now before 7 o'clock. Time to tell you all about an event that's coming up and welcome a few people. Bishop Paul Forston is the Bishop of Barbados and the Caribbean, jurisdictional Bishop of Barbados and the Caribbean with the Church of God in Christ. Also here with us is Mother Diane Van Dyke, who is jurisdictional supervisor of women for the church. Pastor Carlitos Price is here with us. And joining us again, good to have you back, Donna Barker, who is acting Senior Health Promotion Officer with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is also joining us. So good morning to all of you and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, I didn't get the memo on the colors in the same color scheme, so it seems I'm out in the cold with the gentlemen. Nonetheless, good to have all of you here with us this morning. I'm going to start with you, Bishop. Talk to me a little bit about the Church of God in Christ and the occasion, the special occasion that you have coming up.
Okay. Well, the Church of God in Christ started in 1907. It is the only denomination that was in America that was started by a black man, which is very important for our history. Bishop Mason, God gave him a vision when he was young, and now the Church of God in Christ is in 50 states and over 100 countries. So it has spread it because the Lord gave him a vision, and the vision is coming to pass. And Barbados is part of the 100 countries that the Church of God in Christ is in.
All right, well, Mother Van Dyke, talk to me about the Barbadian connection, because I think it's important to move past and talk about how the church, which started in the U.S., is now here in Barbados.
Well, as Bishop was saying, the Church of God in Christ is in over 107 countries, and Barbados is one of those countries. In 25 years ago, Bishop Fordson was appointed bishop over the Barbados and Caribbean jurisdiction. And since that time, we have been here working in the community, preaching and teaching, bringing the gospel to Barbados. And I think that's the connection.
Was there a Barbadian connection is really should have been the question. Because of all the countries in the world, I'm just trying to figure out why Barbados. So was there a Caribbean connection initially? Were there people in the church who led them to set up here in Barbados as well? Just trying to figure out how you came to be here in Barbados.
Well, yes, Bishop Forson probably can speak to that better than I can, because he is the connection that brought us here to Barbados.
Okay.
Yes. See, we have mission. We have a mission department, and we are assigned to go to different countries to establish a ministry. And we start off with a mission station, and as we continue, it becomes a jurisdiction. So these are the locations that in the over 100 countries that we're in. We go in, we meet the people, get to know them, and we create a relationship. And from that, a jurisdiction is developed.
Wonderful. Pastor Carlitos Price, talk to me now about your involvement. You are a part of one of the churches here in Barbados.
Yes, I pastor the church in Lanes Road, which is called Revolution Ministries. And we partner with the bishop and some other churches in the community to minister to our world, to our country, and because we believe that when we come together, we could do things better. So we have been doing this for a while. So every year they come, twice a year, they come to our church, and we have a week of services, and we do things in the community, and we fellowship together, and we just love each other.
Wonderful stuff. Tell me about the special occasion that's coming up.
All right, so it's 25 years since Bishop Forson himself has been coming here. So we are celebrating that 25 years. It's a great milestone, quarter of a century. So we have a week of services, a week of activities and events that we are putting on from, well, we started yesterday. We're continuing on to Saturday and Sunday. So tonight we have a service 7:30, and the ladies are in charge, which Mother Vanda is probably more apt to talk to. On Friday, then we have another service, which is Taste of Barbados.
Yes.
So what we recognize is that some of these people have been coming for 25 years, but some have not. So what we're going to do is going to introduce and reintroduce Barbados to them with some delicacies, some sugar cakes, some tambourine balls, and some of the vernacular as well, and some of the cultural nuances that they might miss out on. So Saturday is a health fair, which we can talk about later. On a Sunday, there's an official day where the bishop takes center stage, and he leads and he delivers his word.
All right, good stuff. Here's where you come in, Donna. Sparker, the ministry is working along with the church to be able to deliver on their health fair. Yeah, yes. So how did this partnership come about?
Yes, so the Church of God in Christ approached the Ministry of Health and Wellness to help guide them in terms of putting on this community health fair and giving back to the community at the Lanes Road Revolutionary Ministries. So we are happy to assist. We have helped to bring together a number of health-related organizations, staff from the Ministry of Health and Wellness and other civil society organizations to participate in terms of health education, presentations, demonstrations, literature, in terms of testing and all the different activities that will be carried out at the health fair. So we are working along with them on Saturday.
All right, good stuff. Bishop Forston, quite a lot happening. Seems very busy, but congratulations on the milestone.
Thank you.
Means quite a bit, I would imagine, to be able to continue the ministry in Barbados 25 years on. So talk to me a little bit about the celebration generally, or the occasion overall, and what it means to be able to continue in the ministry in this way after 25 years.
Well, you know, the Lord never quits, and we are continually moving forward because we want to do a work for the Lord. I enjoy what I do. Since 1975, I've been in the ministry, and the Lord has blessed. Several projects we've done here in Barbados. We didn't get the coverage that we have now. We had one project called Winning Barbados, one block at a time. And in that project, it consists of cleaning, picking up trash, and refurbishing home free. The Lord would give me a house. We may be driving. I said, let's do something for that house. We would go to the neighbor, knock on the door, introduce ourselves, tell them what we want to do. And if they agree, then we will hire the carpenter, the painters, whoever we have to get here in Barbados. In other words, we employ the people from Barbados to help us in that project. And we've done several houses here in Barbados, and it was absolutely free. I enjoy doing that, just giving back. If we share more, the better the world will be. So we thank God for the opportunity to be assigned here. We've been coming 25 years, been assigned 26 years, been in the mission field for over 28 years, and we've been in the Caribbean, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, in those areas for over 10 years. So we just give God praise for what he's done through the ministry.
Oh, wonderful. Mother Van Dyke, why has the church decided that it's necessary to place so much emphasis on a women's ministry, apart from ministry generally?
Well, in the Church of God in Christ, when the church was organized, our great bishop, Bishop Mason, made a decision that, you know, he could see that the women were making great contributions. And so he made a decision to structure the church where there was opportunities for the women to have a separate ministry, working along with the men. And the way the jurisdictions are set up, you have the bishop, and then you have the supervisor of women. And the supervisor, she's the mother. She trains and she teaches the women in the ministry. And she's the great godly example for the women in the jurisdiction. And I'd like to talk a little bit about our 25th annual Holy Convocation. That's what we'll be celebrating. We come twice a year, as Pastor Carlitos had said. We come in February and we have our workers' meeting. And we come in August at this time where we have our Holy Convocation. And then on Thursday and Thursday night, that's the women in the ministry. So I would like to invite the television audience to come out tonight. We're going to have a high time in the Lord. We have an anointed woman of God that will be bringing an awesome message. Our theme for this year is "We Got Work to Do." And that's based on the command that God has given to all saved believers, that we are to go and win souls for the kingdom. And so we will be speaking about it. There will be talk about how to prepare yourself to be this great witness, to go out and draw and bring and add to the kingdom. So I would like to invite all families, not just women, but the men, the children, all to come out and be with us on tonight.
All right, exactly where are you going to be tonight? Is it all happening at the...
Yes, in Lanes Road.
Lanes
in
Road
Burton's
Church?
Hill, yeah, St. Michael. I'm not too far from Chanel Supermarket, KFC. It's very, very close there, yeah.
Okay, in that general area. Those are good landmarks for people who are not too sure exactly where to go. And for those of us who are not exactly sure what the Holy Convocation entails, you know, what it makes up or what makes it up, you know, what are some of the basic tenets that you will be looking to hit, the basic areas that you will be sharing in during this convocation? Are you going to be bringing new ministers into the fold? You know, what shape does it take?
Well, usually when we come in a convocation, the ministers that have been working all year and what have you, it's a time that we come together and celebrate them for what they have done. In February is a workers' meeting. That's when we teach and we do work. And but the convocation is a celebration and thanking God for what He's done all year long, and meeting people that you haven't seen in so many months. And we come together, we praise God, we share the Word of God, and in the convocation, if there's a person that wants to receive Christ, we open up for them to receive Christ, and they join with us, and we just continue to further the kingdom of God, and it's exciting. I'm telling you, if you come, you will never be the same.
All right, now Pastor Price, there's a heavy focus obviously on health and wellness. Why did you decide to, as a team, as a church, why did you decide to focus so heavily to the extent that you're having a health fair, you have the ministry involved, and obviously it's something being put on not only for the membership, but generally for the community?
First of all, it's just a holistic approach. All of us are made up of body, soul, and spirit. We take care of the spirit with our fellowship and our preaching and our teaching of the word. But then we want to take the physical aspect into consideration as well. And what Jesus will always do, He will meet people at their needs. So if they were sick, with being mute or blind or lameness, He would touch them and He would heal them. So we want to continue that idea and that principle, and we want to meet the community where there is a great need. And health is so important to all of us. If we don't have health, we can't work, we can't interact with our families. And so we want to make sure that we are reaching out and helping in that area so we could keep families together, communities together. And we have a great health problem, not just in Barbados, but in the world. And this is our opportunity. And so we want to take that opportunity to, reach out and touch and heal the world as best as we could.
It's wonderful that the ministry is making that connection between health and wellness and spirituality as well. I don't think that I have ever heard, if there have been other occasions, of the ministry partnering in this way with a church to be able to put on a health fair.
Yes, on several occasions, churches reach out to the ministry for assistance. And we, as I said before, we are happy to do this because that is a big audience, the church and the community surrounding the church. So on Saturday, I want to encourage people to come out and take advantage of all of these free activities, because we will be offering screening for NCDs. We'll be having our blood pressure and our blood sugar testing, our PSA testing, cholesterol testing. We will be having healthy food demonstrations. We'll be having fitness sessions. We will be offering childhood vaccines for those children who are going into secondary schools. We'll be doing breast examinations and education surrounding breast cancer awareness. Lots of healthy giveaways, nutrition demonstrations and talks by the environmental health officers on rodent control and mosquito control. Mental health, we'll also be talking mental health. There's a whole lot, and a lot of health organizations, even if they aren't there, they have provided information and demonstration materials, so persons can hope to get a lot of information from attending that health fair.
All right, good stuff. So there are quite a few things happening. Of course, tonight is the Women in Ministry, 7:30. Tomorrow, A Taste of Barbados, that's also at 7:30. Saturday, the Community Health Fair starts at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And Sunday is the official day where you get together and fellowship and enjoy just being a part of ministering to the island for 25 years. Yeah.
Yes. May I for is the health fair, we've had other health fair before the pandemic, and we didn't have a health fair for a while, but all of a sudden Mother wanted to bring that back, but we wanted to bring it back larger than ever before, and that's how we got involved. So Mother had that assignment from me. The vision was, to be a holistic ministry. So Mother took the assignment to do the health fair. So that's the reason that she's spearheaded under the direction of me.
All right, wonderful. We look forward to hearing more of what's happening with the 25th Annual Barbados Ecclesiastical Jurisdictional Church of God in Christ.
Yes, you got
presentation. So quite a mouthful, but thank you for the community work you do and the heart and work you do in continuing to share. It's wonderful to have all of you with us today, and most certainly great to hear that the ministry is continuing to share with communities all across the island. It really makes a world of difference. All right, so it's time for a break. Make sure you head on out tonight. And we got some great markers to be able to find the church, thanks to Pastor Price. So 7:30 tonight, that is where we're inviting you to come to the Church of God in Christ, Lanes Road, Britton's Hill.
Yes. Yeah.
To be a part of this presentation. The women in the ministry have a strong message for you this evening. It's time for a break now on Morning Barbados. The time is quickly going by. Just about 7 minutes to go before the 7 o'clock hour. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV 8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
All right, just about 4 minutes to go now before the 7 o'clock hour. Good to have you in company with us, whatever you were doing this morning. I know you were tuned in for Cropover. Everybody was, not only here on the ground in Barbados, but across the Caribbean and definitely across the world, particularly when they heard Bad Gal Riri was back for 2024 after missing in action from Cropover since 2019. So it was wonderful to have her here on the ground and sharing with us on the day of. But the work started long before that when designer Lauren Austin got an opportunity to prepare Rihanna's costume for the Aura experience.
I am trying to build Rihanna's costume right now.
You're trying to build it or you building it?
Well, at this point, trying, because I have one day to finish it. She selected bronze and gold with blacks, and then I decided to add a pop of color in it. So I did a sketch, sent it over, and she approved it. Not much, little to no guidance, but that's okay. She trusts me. Today is, what is today? Friday? Kadumat is on Monday. I have to do a fit-in with Rihanna this afternoon. So I'm trying to get as much as I can done before I go see her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there you have it, the finished product. How about that? Rihanna on the road for Cropover 2024. We'll have more social media buzz coming up for you a little bit later, but right now it's heading up to the 7 o'clock hour. It's time for an update of the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey!
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 7 o'clock. Time now for an update of the news. Government is seeking to start 100 youth groups. This announcement is coming from Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, Charles Griffith, who says the Barbados Youth Development Council will be responsible for guiding the groups. Mr. Griffith spoke about the plans to establish the new groups during the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Barbados Youth Development Council and CARICOM Youth Ambassadors space located at Sky Mall, Haggett Hall, St. Michael.
We're celebrating 55 years, and that's a long time to be, working with our young people on island. One of the things that the ministry is intending to do is to give them some additional work by looking to start at least 100 new youth groups on island, which they will be responsible for guiding. Government is cognizant of the need to have our young people engaged. So the space that we're having here this morning is important for them, for the group to have a home. I was joined earlier this morning by Priyanka, who is our lone ice skater on the international scene. She was here for a meeting, and now she's witnessing another event that is impacting young people.
Minister Griffith adds the 55-year-old council being housed at the ministry will redound to the benefit of Barbadian youth.
I believe they can only go from strength to strength. Hopefully, they will use the home here. It is good that it is housed at the Ministry of Youth, and I believe that it can only benefit all of the community groups and those youth groups that we are intending to launch very soon.
Visitors to the ministry will also be treated to new signage. Minister Griffith says the new signs placed in various areas of the ministry will encourage young people to feel empowered when they visit. After outreach and education campaigns, some employers on the island are enthusiastic about the National Workplace Wellness Policy. The policy was approved in 2019 and has been fully operational since 2021. The senior lecturer of the University of the West Indies, Cayfield campus, Dr. Dwayne Devonish, who prepared the policy, says many are eager to learn about how it coalesces with the safety and health legislation. Devonish was a guest right here on Morning Barbados yesterday.
Now, the policy is not legislative in any way. It is actually providing guidance and support for employers and employees to take on workplace wellness initiatives to allow them to run consistent with the demands of that legislation. But beyond that, I think our role, especially the National Committee for Workplace Wellness, which falls under the Ministry of Labour, Social Security and Third Sector, is to create this environment that employers and employees alike can welcome workplace wellness and related initiatives in their space for the benefit of all.
The arrangement of Cropover events might look a little different for next year, and it all comes about as a result of the rescheduling of the SOCA 5.0 Cropover show. This was revealed by Minister of Home Affairs and Information Wilfred Abrams, who made the remarks during the Christchurch East constituency's annual general meeting.
Interesting fact. Most people don't want it the night before. Most people that you ask now want it exactly where it is now, the night after. So out of all of that, you can come a new event last lap on the Tuesday, which will probably be the most anticipated event for the whole of Cropover. So clap for that.
Mr. Abrams says through government's programs to push young talent, a lot of new, fresh artists have come to the fore.
We had the Sweet Limes. The NCF put on the Sweet Limes, where all the young artists got exposure. That girl Tiana Hernandez come up through there. That girl she really burst onto the scene this year because she got exposure through the NCF. And look where she ended up. She ended up joint second place, I believe, for Road March, and she came number 2 in the People's Monarch behind Bruce Lee, Almighty, one of our people. That was from the NCF pushing young talent.
Now, several employees of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation were in winner's row, copping 2 awards at the 35th Annual Caribbean Media Awards. Miles Eversley and Joshua Hinkson, along with Sherwood McCoskey, captured the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center's Best Climate Change Documentary Award for their production Info Insight, Rum and Sargassum. The Financial Literacy Journalism Television Award went to Stacey Russell for her item News Pulse, Episode 4, Financial Health and Exchange Museum. Ms. Russell also received a special mention in the Best Television Producer category. That award, however, was secured by Kadeen Foote of RJR Gleaner Communications Group in Jamaica. The awards were collected on the winner's behalf by CBC Radio's announcer Joanne Seeley. The Government Information Service, along with Starcom Network, is also copped awards during the ceremony in Belize. President of the CBU, Dr. Claire Grant, says the awards come at a time when there are concerns about the many challenges to human content producers from artificial intelligence. She says the awards showcase the best of Caribbean media content. And that is this morning's update of the news. We'll have a further update during Newsday at 12 noon here on TV8. You can also tune into our radio network of stations, Q100.7 FM, 98.1 The One, and 94.7 FM at 1 p.m. for The World at 1. 7 minutes now after 7 o'clock, time for a break, but we have lots more coming up on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed. Good to have you on Morning Barbados today. Listen, I'm all over the place. You know how it goes sometimes. They're shifting me here and there and everywhere. And things aren't where they're supposed to be. Okay, that looks more like it. And Peter almost fell down. Those things happen behind the scenes. Maybe I'm not supposed to tell you, but have a good day today. Yeah, have a laugh on us. Right, Peter? He's not talking. He doesn't appreciate. He says he went out. He does not appreciate that I told you that he almost fell. Behind the scenes, I'm not supposed to sit here and, look like, oh, nothing is happening. All right, so these two young ladies are definitely laughing at me. But you know how it goes. I love a good laugh. So Donalisa Yearwood is here. She's event producer of An Evening of Love, and Jemiah Mayers, admin director for this wonderful presentation. Great to have both of you with us.
Thank you for having us.
Again, because I've had you on with me before.
Yes,
yeah, so it's good to see both of you again. It's a fundraising concert that's coming up, and it's called Une Nuit d'Amour, An Evening of Love. How about that? Did I get it right?
Yes, please.
All right, good stuff. So, Donalisa, tell me a little bit about the fundraising event itself.
Okay, so this event is in aid of raising funds, helping assist with funds for my education, along with helping jumpstart my career as an event producer, and just showcasing young, talented persons in Barbados.
Tell me about why you decided to select the particular people who are making up your team to put this event together.
Well, throughout my career as a singer myself, these are persons that I would have met along the way who would have been successful in their career. So, for example, we have the showman who recently won Junior Minor, and I'm so proud of him because that is my friend. And we have Kyrique Aline who won Beige to the World, Kashida Dotting who won Beige to the World, Letitia Sylvester Charles, who recently moved to Barbados from Trinidad, but she was exceptional in Trinidad. So just persons who I admire and persons who I believe will do an excellent job.
All right, now, Jemiah, you're charged with being Director of Admin. That's a big title.
Yes, please.
Yes, talk to me about what you're taking care of for this massive production.
Yes, please. So I've been sorting out sponsorship letters. I've been gathering lists of sponsors for us to contacting venues as well, and just making sure everything is cool behind the scenes and set in stone for the big day.
I love that you said one of the aims is really to promote young artists and people whom you've engaged with and interacted with and call your friends through the years. But you said it's also to jumpstart your career in the area of promotion or event production,
Yes,
as well as to aid you in your academic journey.
Yes,
So
please.
talk to me more about that, how you've been impacted by all that's happening financially.
Okay, so recently, due to some issues with Mona, not Phil, they have decided to increase rent, well, my rent specifically by 50% and just some extra costs, etc., etc. And instead of putting, so much burden on my parents and stuff, I've decided to, take up the handle and decide to try to raise funds on my own. So.
That's wonderful. That's a great initiative, and is great entrepreneurial thinking to be able to make it happen. You mentioned a few of the people who are going to be a part of the presentation, but why the name An Evening of Love? Is that where you're going with all of the music in terms of the presentation?
Yes, please. So my love for R&B music is the reason why I chose my first event to be an R&B concert, and the name, just my love of French, and I just thought it sounded cool. Yeah.
That works. I mean, if it sounds cool, it works, right?
Yes,
And you'd know that.
definitely.
What has the response been like from all the people you're reaching out to? I know sometimes that can be the most difficult part, to be able to sell the idea. Yeah?
The response, honestly, it has been really good so far. I got a lot of persons saying that they're excited to come out and support this event, especially since it's being put on by the youth, and a lot of youth are performing as well. So persons are very excited to see what we have planned, and I think everyone should come out and support us because it's going to be great.
Good stuff. How can we support you, and where will it be?
Okay, so it will be at Harrison College at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Doors open at 6. And we have a lot of exciting door prizes to be won. So, for example, from one of our sponsors, Carrington Rum Cream, we'll be giving away a bottle of rum cream.
And that's also from a young person.
Yes, and that is
Carrington's
a
Rum
young
Cream.
person.
I love it. It tastes really good. I first tasted it at the World Tourism Day at the Ministry, not BTMI, last year in the celebration, and I thought it was wonderful. So
Yes,
Carrington's Rum Cream.
Yes, please, and that is me supporting one of my friends again, and one of my friends supporting me.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yes, please. And then Bajan Modern Furniture will be giving away a chest to drawer as a door prize, and we're also giving away a box of Jamaican patties.
All right,
Yes,
good
please.
stuff. How about that? It's wonderful that you've put this all together for so many reasons. You're kind of killing a few birds with one stone. No birds were hurt in the making of this message, by the way. Yeah, so tell me about your background with music and French, because here's where they kind of meet. Yes?
Okay, so going to school, I always loved French. But growing up, I've always loved music. Both of my parents sing. My dad sings with a group called La Joie. My mom used to sing with them as well. And I just fell in love with singing. Singing is me. But currently, I'm studying economics with minors in public policy and management and cultural enterprise and entertainment management. And I want to use my background in music and my background in singing to assist with the orange economy of fame Barbados, and just try to build our youth, not only myself, and not only focus on myself, but look at how we can make Barbados more marketable. So, say for example, what Rihanna did for Barbados, I feel that we could find more talent within Barbados, you know.
Okay, so now you're heading into year 2.
Yes, please.
The name of that, listen, Jemiah, the name of that, the name of the program she's doing, my goodness, takes up an entire line, right?
It does.
Like, what came to mind when you were telling me is, you know, sometimes you're filling out a form and they have squares. You wouldn't be able to make it through the squares with all of that. Repeat it for us.
So it's a major, a Bachelor of Science in Economics with minors in Public Policy and Management and Cultural Enterprise and Entertainment Management.
Oh, wow. And you, of course, were among some of our first exceptional youth featured here on Morning Barbados back when Pearson used to be the host. That was years and years ago, like back in 2021.
Yes.
You know, nobody really liked Morning Barbados back then as much as they like it now because I'm the host. But this is you with Pearson back in 2021 when you were featured as one of our exceptional youth. So congratulations. It's wonderful that we're seeing this kind of come full circle and, you know, highlighting the work that you're doing then and even now really makes us feel really proud.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity back then. I really appreciated it.
Wonderful. So it must feel really good to be able to work closely with your friends on this project as well.
Definitely really proud of her as well for making this vision come to life.
All right, so let's go through it once again. It is called Une Nuit d'Amour, an evening of love, and it's going to be featuring
The Showman, which is Kimani Dakanish, Kyrique Aline, Letitia Sylvester Charles, Kashila Doughton, Diana Price, Trinell, and many more, and Kian Brown as well.
All right, and it's all about the youth. It's for many reasons, but it's for all good reasons. So to showcase young people, to raise some much needed funds for this young lady to continue that program that she's doing at Mona campus in Jamaica, that we have to get a truck to be able to put the name of the program on. But you're going to complete it and you're going to do very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, the mere fact that you have the tenacity to sit behind it, where for other people it would be easy to sit back and say, what am I going to do? How will it happen? It's challenging. You've taken it on with a smile, and you have friends who joined you on the journey as well.
Yes.
That says a great deal.
Yes, so this has been my best friend for years.
Yes? From what age?
Before secondary school.
So from primary school?
Yeah.
Right, because before secondary school would be primary school, right? Yeah, so maybe what, 10 years?
Yeah, about there, yeah.
That's beautiful. These are the best friendships, and they last longest. The ones that you build from childhood and you're able to maintain. Yeah? That is why when they were putting the two of you in the chair, Peter had to say, okay, there's room. You know, you're so accustomed to sitting, and it's wonderful that you're supporting each other as well. Outside of being admin director for this awesome presentation, what do you do?
I am also a singer. I'm also performing on the night as well.
Good stuff. What song are you performing?
I don't want to give away too much.
Oh no, well don't give it away, girl.
But what I can say is I'll be doing an Adele song. We all love Adele.
Can she handle an Adele song?
Yes.
Yeah, is that the friend in you saying?
Yes.
Yeah?
No. She's an excellent singer. She was also on Beige to the Road.
Yeah, the first Beige to the Road.
I remember. I produced the final for that one in 2020. That was pretty interesting. Interesting stuff. All right, well, thank you so much, Donna Lisa. I wish you the very best. I most certainly will purchase a ticket or a few in support of.
Thank you very much.
And, you know, I want to say if there's anybody watching who can assist in any way, buy some tickets for your businesses and, you know, help the young lady. She's helping her friends. She's highlighting young artists. She is looking to raise some funds so she can continue her education. She's showcasing her talent, and she's building on her future career. How about that? That definitely is something exceptional, and we're happy to be able to help you with featuring it. Yes?
Yes, please.
It all comes off Saturday at Harrison College School Hall. to be able to get in and enjoy all of this, just how much money?
$40.
How much?
$40.
Just $40. Come on, $40.
Yes.
So Corporate Barbados, you can get together and buy a few tickets and go out and enjoy or share with a few young people as well. Thank you so much. Continue loving each other. Continue being friends. Great friends are hard to find. So continue loving on each other and taking care of each other, all right?
Yes, please, we will.
You can contact me at 240-5673.
To get your ticket.
Yes.
She's staying on point. Yes? Good stuff. Great to have you both with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So make sure you come on out and support the initiative coming up this weekend, all for a worthy cause, or many worthy causes. Time for another break on Morning Barbados. Nobody gave me coffee today. Peter, hint, hint, Alicia, Ruel, the entire team, Joanna, yeah, they're just not treating me well. But if you're having your coffee, that is wonderful. Or maybe you just want a cup of tea. Whatever the case is, it's good to have you in company. And for those of you who are watching from across the miles, I know that we have a lot of people across the diaspora who share with us as well. Thank you, Peter. How about this? Peter gave me an empty cup. All right, I'm going to take a break and come back.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, welcome back to Morning Barbados. It's 7:23 already. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. How about that? I don't know, I'm in a, one of those naughty moods today. Sometimes that happens. That's just me. But it's good to have you in company and sharing with us. On this Thursday, it's Q Thursday, so make sure you get ready to head out to Q in the community today as well. I want to say a very special good morning to everybody heading out to work. All the little ones going off to camp as well. And for those teachers out there enjoying a little break, yeah, it's always wonderful to have you in company. I know it must be very, very difficult because all the parents I know are complaining and they can't wait for the children to get back to school. You take care of them every single day. So kudos to you, much salutes. You deserve it. I know sometimes it can be difficult, but it truly is a labor of love to be a teacher, and there are some wonderful teachers in Barbados, so we want to salute you this morning. Now we are also celebrating artists, and that is of equal importance. Joining us now is Nadine Tull, and she assures me that she's been singing from age 5. So we want to find out more about that. Nadine is a gospel artist, and she's going to be sharing with us a little bit more about her music. So good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
All right. It's really wonderful to have you with us today to talk a little bit about your music and your desire to kind of bridge that gap across ages and races and places.
Absolutely.
And share the gospel music
Yes.
of our God and Savior. Now let's listen into a little bit of Nadine's music before we start talking to her about how she got into music and what she's up to at this time.
Questions for tomorrow. There've been times I didn't know right from wrong, but in every situation God gave me blessed consolation that the trial comes only to make me strong. I've seen a lot of people and I've been millions of places. There were times when I felt so all alone. In my lonely hours, those precious lonely hours, Jesus let me know that I'm His own. Through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus, learned to trust in God, through it all.
Oh, so you have a taste of what we're talking about. Beautiful, beautiful voice. I love that video. And you're sitting in there with Joe Brooks. Yes.
Talented Barbadian young man. He sings, he produces, I think he has a photography or lighting school. You know, it has.
He does real estate.
He does real estate. He's an everything guy.
Absolutely. Now you said, as I mentioned earlier, you started pretty early.
Yes.
Why gospel music? Why did you select this particular area? Or why did it select you?
Yeah, I was just thinking, why did it select me? I love the way gospel music brings healing to people. There are so many people who are broken in this world, people who have unresolved trauma from their pasts. And I just love the way that gospel music is able to break the barriers of language, of different languages, and pierce the soul. You know, I've always been inspired by that.
Now, I know that you've represented St. Lucia in a number of competitions through the years.
Oh, yes.
Take us through that journey. What was that like?
Well, when I was born in St. Lucia, and when I was about 5 years old, I was that child who would be right in front of the microphone belting notes of We Are the World. And people would contact my parents and say, hey, this child, she has a gift. By the time I was 9 years old, I would get invitations to sing at funerals and weddings and special events. And by the time I got through primary school, my teachers and my music teachers at the time recognized the talent in me, and they decided to allow me to participate in regional events. Eventually, by the time I got to secondary school, those became international events. There was a young, well, she wasn't quite a young lady, but a lady who's deceased now, who took a keen interest in me, Petronilla de Turville. And there was a show called the World Championships of the Performing Arts in LA. And she actually said, you know what, we need you to represent, St. Lucia. And so I left and went and did very well, got record deals, which I eventually rejected because they were bad deals. But the point is, it was all part of the learning experience, learning what to expect and, how to grow in this ministry. So I did a lot of regional concerts when Dominica would have had the hurricane recently. I did a concert there, just concerts all over the region and a few internationally as well.
I know that you've had occasion to perform on stages with some of the biggest names in music, not just gospel music, the likes of Patti LaBelle.
Oh, yes. I actually spent a day with Patti LaBelle.
Tell us about that.
Oh, it was awesome. We sang at the St. Lucia Jazz Festival in the same year. And we would have spoken, and I said to her, you know, I have this contract from, at the time, from a producer from LA. And I said, would you mind going through it with me, you know, to let me know, to guide me, you know, as a mother, the mother and music mother. She said, sure. So she invited me to come across to her hotel. This was the day after the festival. And we actually spent a day together. She looked at the contract. She's like, oh, no, baby, you got to run from this one, you know. She's so humble. I rode in her vehicle for the day. We ate, you know, we ate together. She's such a beautiful soul.
That's beautiful. Where do you hope this music takes you, or you're able to take people through your music?
My hope is that people are able to meet the author of love through my music. Lots of people are searching for love. The song that I recently released, His Love, is all about that. You know, and the song that I'm about to release, Heal, is about that as well. So meeting love, true authentic love, oh my, there are so many fraudulent versions of love out there, and so many people's lives are destroyed because they're hung up on this false impression of false, you know, idea of what love is, when the author of love himself was willing to die than live without us. You know, I just find that sobering, you know, and I want to be able to share that with the world through music.
Well, no, Caribbean gospel music has a very unique place in our hearts. So for Caribbean people, even the ones who don't religiously go to church because of the upbringing, maybe the singing of the hymns and so on at school, they hold a particular place with us. Yes. And there's a very thin line between performing a song as it is and doing a remake of a song. Because people don't want you to go too far left when it comes to kind of taking on these new songs. I think you did just the right amount with that remake that we heard a little bit of. Talk to us a little bit more about the type of music you're putting it together, the sound that you're going for, whether with your take on some of the old classics or moving forward with new music and a new Caribbean gospel sound.
Yeah, well, I think I'm an old soul. So there's definitely that influence. I grew up in St. Lucia where country and western music was
I know about the St. Lucians and the country and western music.
So I think that there is a bit of that influence as well. Generally speaking, though, my music is inspirational. I think easy to listen to, easy on the air, with some influence of pop and jazz, R&B, that kind of thing. So I just more like an eclectic singer, really. And some of the music that I will be working on in the future may just surprise you because it may be a far departure from what you're going to hear today, you know. Yeah. So I love to explore, and I'm in that stage of my musical journey right now where I am exploring everything that I can do vocally and musically.
What about collaborations? We just saw you with Joel Brooks. Yes. Are there any other artists that you have worked with, look forward to working with in future?
Well, yes. Locally, before I became a Christian, when I sang at the Jazz Festival, I would have performed with, Teddyson John.
Yes.
Yes, so Teddyson John, Irvin, Ace, Lochter, in terms of production, Mr. Roger Ryan would have worked. He's also a singer, but he is an 8-time, I need to get this right, 8-time Grammy and Juno Award, Grammy, Dove nominee and Juno Award winning producer. He is based in Nashville, Tennessee, and he is the one who produced my new song, His Love, which maybe
we're going to hear a little bit more about it later.
Yeah. And he's just awesome to work with. He has worked with Whitney Houston. He was CeCe Winans' first music director. He has worked with Shirley Caesar, Alvin Slaughter. he has quite a large portfolio.
How were you able to make that connection?
Through a mutual friend from Trinidad. I call myself a Trini Barbalusian. I was born in St. Lucia. I lived in Trinidad for a long time, and I live in Barbados now. My husband is Barbadian. We have a Barbadian son. And so I am the product of all three cultures. And one of my friends in Trinidad was connected with Roger. This is over 20 years ago, so Roger, Ryan, and I have been in touch for some time. And Ruel Lynch as well from Trinidad co-produced the song and did all of the background vocals on the song as well. So, it's a melting pot of cultures and experiences, really, that that made this song come alive.
What's your process in putting music out? Because some people, I know that for some people they go through listening parties, but they just want to make it right. The sound has to be right for you. What's your process?
Oh my, it depends on the song and it varies. Sometimes I'm just in the shower, just, humming, and the melody comes, and then, the melody comes first. And then I'm like, okay, this is a sweet melody, Lord, now fill it. Give me the lyrics that you want me to sing. And I spend some more time really crafting the lyrics. Something about my songs that you may discover is that there's usually a double meaning. So there's the latent and patent meanings of the song. There's always something deeper. Then, once the lyrics come, I allow my family members and friends to hear and give me some feedback, and then I may decide to tweak, something here a little, there a little. I contact my friends who are producers, who are musicians. I say, what kind of direction do you think I should take with this song? I'm well advised, and then we take it from there. I go into studio. I record a scratch vocal, send it to the producer, and he produces. He puts all the instruments together, gets the background vocalists, and we create the song by God's grace.
Do you classify your music strictly as gospel music or as inspirational music? I know you mentioned since you became a Christian.
Yes.
So, maybe preface your answer with, how you kind of moved into gospel music and whether you found it necessary to fully move away from what might be deemed secular or on the border, go toward gospel music or otherwise, based on the type of sound you're going for and the audience you want to reach.
Well, like I said, my music, I would say that it's inspirational. And so any song that, I'm a very grounded person, and any song that does not compromise my faith in God, my belief in God, I can sing that. So I'm able to do some love songs, at weddings and special events. And I'm able to do, I don't know if I'm a gospel artist in the sense of the fact that I am speaking the gospel through my song. But in terms of the genre of music, gospel is a different genre. I think I'm a Christian artist. I'm an inspirational artist. It's different. I don't do the shouting and the wailing and at least not very much of that.
All right. How has your life's experience guided the type of artist that you are? I know you mentioned that you are a Trini Barbalusian?
I'm a Trini Barbalusian.
So how has that kind of shaped the sound of your music, the type of artist you are, the type of music you do?
It has been everything. We are a product of the cultures to which we are exposed. And, in Trinidad, I was very moved by the music of Rashotiai, who created Jamu music. He was actually the originator of soca music. And when he gave his life to Christ, he did an extremist thing. He moved his family to the hills and created a type of music called Jamu. So this is where you got songs like Watch Out My Children and Change Your Attitude. And when I listen to that kind of music, I tell myself, what? My music has to do that. It has to, really inspire, really, it needs to not be typical. I need to take a different approach to the way I present music. As I said before, because of my influence with country music from St. Lucia, that also has helped to shape, the kind of influences in my music. And here in Barbados, just it's very similar to what I would have experienced in Trinidad and St. Lucia. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you absolutely did. And it's interesting that you would mention Ras Shorty Eye. Many of our younger viewers might know his granddaughter, Nyla Blackman.
Yes.
For her music as
Oh,
well.
Isaac
So,
Blackman.
I mean, the influence also continues. Got an opportunity to see her here in Barbados as well. And we kind of, harken back to her grandfather's music, and she talked about the
Powerful.
influence as well. So pretty interesting stuff. Now let's talk quickly about this new release.
Yes.
It's called His Love.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you worked with quite a few people to make it happen.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So like I said before, Roger Ryan from Nashville, Tennessee. He's originally from Trinidad, but has been living in Nashville for a while. Grammy, Juno award-winning producer. Rua Lynch from Trinidad, co-produced. Jeff Pitzer mixed and mastered. He's also from Nashville, Tennessee. Those guys are great in terms of their craft. Joel Brooks would have done the video that you may see a little snippet of in a little while. My husband, Matthew Tull, would have helped to develop the script for that video. The story is centered around a protagonist who is plunged between two realities, and the song is really a juxtaposition of two realities. One of a person who is looking for love in all the wrong places, and the other of a person who finds love in the only source, at the only source. And where her experience with the false version of love would have left her, wrecked. It would have wrecked her life. When she met God, she was introduced to peace for the first time in her life. That is always the answer. Meeting the author of love himself. There's no love outside of it.
All right,
Outside of him.
gospel artist Nadine Tull sharing with us this morning. It's been wonderful meeting you.
Thank you.
And even more wonderful hearing your music.
Thank you.
So I look forward to hearing more from you in future. We're going to take you out with this new release from her. It's called His Love. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Let's check it out.
Clouds of glory surround him. Love is there every moment. Darkness fades into
Okay, so that's something new from Nadine Tull. Make sure you check her out online. You can find her on Instagram at Nadine Tull Music, on Facebook, Nadine Tull Ministries, and you can also search for her music on Spotify as well. Now, we told you we were going to be talking more about what's coming up this weekend. It's a big Carifta weekend here in Barbados. It's going to be the 6th installment of the Carifta Aquathlon and Triathlon. Barbados has been able to do the double and they want to do the triple. We're going to introduce you to some of the athletes today, and we have the manager and head of the federation here with us as well. So that's all coming up next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Welcome to the Cropover Sweet Spot, your go-to show for all things Cropover 2024. We'll dive into the big issues of the day with exclusive interviews with the entertainers, the experts, the movers and shakers of the festival, plus you, the audience. Get to join the conversation and share your views. Tune in to CBC TV 8 every Friday night for the ultimate Cropover experience with yours truly, the Admiral. We're big on everything Cropover 2024. The Cropover Sweet Spot, brought to you with the kind compliments of Axel Finance.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
With just 12 minutes to go before 8 o'clock, it's indeed a pleasure to have some more of the athletes who will be competing for Barbados this weekend. So let's say a special good morning to Victory Bourne, who will be competing. We also have Layla McIntyre and Luke McIntyre, who've both been a part of the competition for quite some time. 3 and 4 years, representative, 3 and 4 years, respectively. I think I got that right. And Garth McIntyre is also here. He is coach, he is manager, he is also head of the federation, and he's dad. So wearing lots and lots of hats this morning. First of all, congratulations to all of you for making the team on multiple occasions. I think for you, Victory, it's been twice that you've been on the team. So this will be your third time?
Yeah.
Victory, for you, this will be your third or fourth time? No, for Layla, this will be your third or fourth time?
This will be my third time.
This will be your third time. And what about you?
This will be my fourth time.
This will be your fourth time. That's a major thing. Garth, talk to us a little bit about the federation and the work you do to be able to kind of bring young people on board and keep them on this trajectory of performing at the regional level.
Yeah. So the federation has a very well established kids series program where we do about 10 races a year. Those are usually at the aquatic center, and that gets the kids ready for this higher level of competition. So early in the year we start with some qualifying events for Carifta. So the kids are very after getting a warm-up race at the beginning, they start qualifying and trying to make the times that we set and the standards to make the team. And then once the team has been picked and established, the kids continue to train and push forward, because the Cariftas usually come towards the end of summer.
Luke, what have your experiences been like? I would imagine each one was a little different, but what has it been like throughout the years competing as a triathlete?
For me, I've enjoyed the different places I've been able to travel and compete. I won double gold in 2019 in Jamaica. And since then, there have only been 2 because of COVID. And I found that my triathlon performances have disappointed me a little bit, from a fall to just not my best race in Bahamas. So I'm really looking forward to making that up this year.
How have you been working to make it up?
I've kept my training going. pretty much year-round, every day of the week. Just trying to stay consistent, do my races, and watching my personal improvement. And I've been using that to prepare for the competition coming up.
That's excellent. I've seen so many siblings competing as triathletes. It's interesting that the two of you are also siblings. So Leila, talk to me about how you've been preparing for this particular meet. You're now in a new age category, so that must be a difference in terms of how you're approaching your game as well.
Yes, so I train about like 12 times a week, so I've definitely been trying to keep that up or make it a little bit more intense going into the new age group, because I'm like the first year of the age group is 13 to 15 and I'm the 13, so I'm going to be racing against people that are older than me. So I've just been trying to keep the training up so that I can still perform well despite the age difference.
Talk to me about how you've performed at previous meets and how that might influence going into this particular games.
So for the two curriculums that I've been to before, in Bermuda I came second in both the triathlon and the aquathlon in my first year of the 11 to 12 age group, and then in Bahamas I came first in both the triathlon and aquathlon in my last year of 11 to 12. So I think that closed out my 11 to 12 triathlon years very well. So if I don't come on the podium this year, I'm not going to be disappointed. It's my first year and I just want to race to the best of my ability.
All right, and I'm sure you will. What about you, Victory? What would you say is your strongest leg of the event?
Probably the ride and run.
Okay, so two, the ride and run.
Yeah.
You like better. What about your previous years? How have you been able to perform?
Last year was my first in Bahamas. It was really good, like from my start, because I actually I surprised myself in my performance because it was my first year going into it, and I wasn't like, I was actually surprised with my performance because I wasn't gonna do that good in my first year. But then I went and I did good. I think I came 12 out of like 20 something, so I was actually surprised with it.
How has being able to perform on the regional stage kind of shaped how you are going to approach performing at the games here in Barbados?
Just have to what I did in training, just put it to use in what I do for competition, and hopefully what I put in for training will come out and I'll do good.
Good stuff. Now, Garth, it must be a very delicate balance to be able to kind of navigate all of the titles that you wear as dad to these two very talented young people, head of the Federation for triathlons, for triathletes, and then of course to be able to be coach as well. Yes? Yeah. So talk to me about how you're able to kind of navigate that, split the time and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, time management has always been my thing, so we just use the time well. The kids, although I say I'm coach, is just to put it together because they have coaches in each individual discipline, but I kind of just help monitor their loads in each and make sure they do the right amounts of each thing. Federation, I have a very good team, so that kind of makes life there easy as well. Yeah, so they're good kids to manage and a good federation to manage.
What about the work of the federation? What are you doing throughout the year to make sure that you continue to build the visibility of the sport? I know this is one of these sports that we're now hearing a lot more about it. It's not one of the sports that we generally hear about as much as some of the others.
Yeah. So it has traditionally been quite a bit of a niche sport, but I think our successes in 2022 and 2023 have gotten us quite a bit of publicity. We have a good PR team as well. Of course, Matthew Wright making the Olympics has added to that publicity. A lot of the kids have received Sports Council and BOA awards. The team has received awards from the Sports Council and BOA as well, based on their achievements through the years. So gradually we've been increasing our profile. And we also capture a lot of athletes from the swimming community because all the kids, swim at Aquatic Center and so on, and the kids from there will be seeing their successes, and then they come over sometimes initially as aquathlon, which is swim run, and then eventually, hopefully, as triathlon, swim, bike, run.
What are you looking forward to most this weekend? I know you said that you want to kind of up the performance, so that means adding to a little bit what you present or your presentation. But what do you hope is the ideal outcome for you, Luke?
Definitely a podium in all of the events that I compete in, which would be triathlon, aquathlon, and the mixed team relay. And I'll be helping my team to as best position as possible. And that's my desired outcome in a pretty competitive field and my first year in the age group for this game.
16.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So good stuff. So what are you looking forward to? What you're looking forward to most is obviously a podium, but what's your strongest leg, would you say?
The run, for sure.
The run, definitely. Yeah. What about you, Layla?
I did the swim or the run.
Yeah, both. And I know that Victory told me that they're both her areas as well. So I want to wish all of you the very best of luck. I most certainly will be there bright and early. The 6:30 won't run me because I'm accustomed to early mornings. But we look forward to seeing you performing. And just being able to compete for Barbados is a win in and of itself. So congratulations on that as well. Final word for you, Garth, to be able to encourage the people to come out this weekend to the Mighty Griner Highway and support the children.
Yeah, it's a fantastic event. You have to see it to understand it. When you see these kids walking around, you don't realize what they can do until the race starts and you see the competition. They come out the water and then they're on the bike speeding up and down the highway, and then the fancy mounts and dismounts, and then they're off on a run. So you have to see it to believe it. 6:30 Saturday and Sunday.
All right, so make sure you come out and support. Victory, Luke, Layla will be competing for Barbados. We're looking forward to calling it the triple. All right, and whether or not Barbados wins a third time, we have a victory plan for Tuesday morning on Morning Barbados. So make sure you tune in for that as well. It's time for another break here. When we come back, we wrap up today's show. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Q Day, Q in the Community is today, August 15th. We are heading to the Police Sports Club, Weymouth, St. Michael, from 11 o'clock this morning. Can't wait to see you there. Q in the Community, sponsored by Glacial Ice, Juicy, Pepsi, Dasani, Minute Maid, White Rock Ginger Ale and Soda Water, Ryder Hard Wine, 7-Up, Smirnoff Ice, Smirnoff Vodka, Barefoot Wines, Black and White Whiskey, Johnny Walker, Fernand's Black Label Rum, Angostura White Oak Rum, Banks Beer, Deputy Beer, and Guinness. Our QFM broadcast starts at 12 noon, so make sure you get on and be a part of it. Of course, you can follow the live streams online on Facebook and Q100.7 FM as well. They're also on Instagram, so make sure you take note of that. Remember, today there will be no Q bus. The bus station is right next door, so I don't think you need a Q bus, but there will be no Q bus. All right, so I believe that is it. I told you about Q in the Community. Fellas, we are wrapping up for today. The time went by quickly. It's Thursday already. That means tomorrow is our Friday edition for the weekend. Coming up tomorrow, the Fair Trading Commission, they'll be back to continue the discussion on the Mobile Telecommunications Code and its promotion. The Barbados Amateur Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation have the national championships coming up on August 17th at the Wilde Gymnasium. The organizers and some of the athletes are going to be in tomorrow to share with us. Plus, we hear more from the Carifta Triathlon and Aquathlon Championships scheduled for this weekend at the Mighty Griner Highway. Some of the athletes are going to be here. We're going to wrap up the final details as well. That's all coming up on the Friday edition of Morning Barbados. Have a fantastic Thursday today, and we'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.